So that person really took you through there. They ran your blood pressure up. They gave you restless days and sleepless nights. Your hair was falling out. Your skin was breaking out. You gained a lot of weight. You lost a lot of weight. You lost money. You lost time. You lost yourself. And yet you still find yourself thinking about that person and missing that person sometimes. And if this sounds like you, I want you to sit it on down for a second because we're going to talk. And I made a video last week where I shared my experience about my marriage to the ex-narcissist. And a lot of women resonated with that experience. And some mentioned that everything that narcissist took them through, everything that narcissist took from them, they still find themselves missing the narcissist and thinking about them. If that's you, I want you to listen for a second. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Mariama. Let's go ahead and get into it. Now, sis, I want you to think about something, and I want you to see it exactly as I'm saying it. Let's imagine that you go to the theater to watch a show. You're watching an actor or an actress perform on stage. This character that you see performing, that may or may not be how that person is in real life. And 9 out of 10, let's just say, is nothing like the real life person. That's exactly the situation that you find yourself in when you find yourself with a narcissist. They are performers. What they show you and what they show the world, often two different things. And if you miss any part of them, you probably miss that beginning stage where it was a lot of love bombing, and that part was not real. I need you to understand that. Or let's even say, maybe some of us when we were children, we had imaginary friends. That imaginary friend in your head wasn't real. Any parts that narcissist probably showed you that you think you miss, it probably was not real. And I need you to start remembering who you are and whose you are, because you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are a gift. And if the gift went to the wrong address the first time, sis, why would you choose to return it to the wrong address again? And the healed version of you that recognizes your worth, that person would not. So I need you to still be on your healing journey. And for me personally, the more I learned to love myself, the more I learned how valuable I am, the less likely I felt the need to be with anybody who did not see that about me or recognize that in me. Anybody that cannot love me the way I deserve to be loved, that's not the person for me. I need you to remember that as well. If that person used you, abused you in any kind of way, took you for granted over and over again, tried to make a fool out of you, I need to understand exactly what you think you miss. Because those couple of good times, they cannot compare to those bad times. And if you resonated with any part of the previous story that I told, I'm going to just say it's impossible. So I need you to love yourself enough to know that you deserve someone that can love you the right way. Love that is not full of lust and lies and pride and deceit. You don't deserve that. And if you start missing that person and thinking maybe they'll change, and thinking that maybe I didn't try hard enough, or thinking that maybe it could be better, what if you go back and it's 100% worse than what it was? How would you feel? Because you're choosing it if you choose to go back. When people show you who they are, you have to believe them the first time. And that's the problem. Some of us, we saw up front some signs, some red flags, some things that said, do not proceed. And we did it anyway. And then after we did it, and we got completely crushed, and by the grace of God, we got out of that situation. We got to be smart enough. We have to be wise enough not to go back to what almost took us out. Now, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. Maybe your mind is idle. I'm going to need you to start taking your time and focusing it on you. Decenter the man and center yourself. What do you want to do? What do you want to have out of life? Where do you want to go? And what kind of person do you want to do all of those things with? That person that you think you miss is probably not the person, because if they were, things would not have been how they were. I don't really think that a narcissist can change unless they get help. And I don't even know if the help is going to help, because half of the time they can't really even tell the truth and take accountability. So I've never seen anybody not be able to take accountability and then turn around and be a better person. I need you to center yourself, sis. This year, I need you to get intentional about what you want and with whom you want it with. You deserve to be loved the right way. And somebody can love you the right way, but you can't keep focusing on that person that did not have good intentions for you and be open to meeting the person that's going to love you the right way if you still want a relationship. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to be in a healthy relationship again. I know I said I don't want to be married and I don't see no relationship in my future right now. But like I said, anything can happen. But if you still want that, you still desire that, you still want companionship right now, heal and be open to someone that can offer you healthy love. Because what that narcissist was offering you and calling it love, that's not love. That may be their tainted way of offering you something, but it's not love. So I just need you to start thinking a little bit more, sis, because now we're going to be thinking and not responding or reacting or moving out of emotions and feelings. Your feelings and your emotions can change day to day. But when we look at things through clear, logical eyes, a clear mind, we're thinking about what actually makes sense. We got to remove the emotion out of it. We got to take away the feelings, because some of us got in trouble from feelings. Don't do that to yourself again. So if you've been finding yourself saying, I kind of miss them, I feel sorry for them, I'm thinking about reaching out, I need you to think again, not out of your heart, but out of what you know that person took you through. Do you want some more? Do you want more? Are you going to be using your own hand to call that person? Because now you turning yourself into the weapon that is forming against you, that will be causing you not to prosper, because most of us admitted that life was falling apart with the narcissist. Don't go back through there, okay? You got some choices. You always have a choice. The choices may not be easy, but you always have a choice. So choose you. Choose your peace and choose your peace of mind. I never think about going back to the narcissist, but if I ever had a thought in my head about them, I would remind myself of everything that dragged me to my lowest points in life. And none of those things would ever even compare to that small little window of love bombing that I saw. Nothing would compare, okay? My peace and my peace of mind would not compare to that small window of fakeness that I saw. I need you to be thinking the same way with a clear mind, because the love bombing, that's not real. Even if they called you every day for the next 100 days and said that they miss you and they want to be back with you, that's probably not real. It's all an act. It's a charade. It's a game that they play. You were the supply. Don't go be supplying nothing else again, okay? So choose you. Focus on you. What do you want to do? What do you want to have? Where do you want to go? And what kind of people do you want in your circle to do that with? If you're going to get yourself back in another relationship, take time to get to know the person that you are dealing with, okay? not the talking stage, the watching stage, because people can tell us anything, but what do we see? Okay. So if you still missing that narc, you're going to have to keep on coming back over here, because we're going to talk a little bit more, because we're going to have to build you back up to the woman that would never even consider anything like this, okay? And if you've never been that woman and you always found yourself in some relationships that did not make sense, and I'm going to be honest, I used to be finding myself in relationships that didn't make sense in the past. We working on that now, okay? Our time is too valuable. We are too valuable to be doing stuff that just does not make sense, okay? So if this is your word, I want you to take it. I want you to receive it. When you start having those feelings of missing them and wanting to call them and stuff, I need you to remember what they already did to you and realize that you're not going back to nothing like that. That almost wiped you clean out. You're not returning to the vomit, okay? If this is your word, take it, receive it, apply it, and continue to be great.